Good morning. Like and subscribe and share the video with others if you think that it is of importance. Or if you want to live in a civilized society. The South African case against Israel being heard by the International Court of Justice is the dividing line between civilization and barbarism. It is the dividing line between civilization and barbarism. So, what is civilization and what is barbarism? We will begin with the definition of civilization. Civilization is a society in an advanced state of social development. Example, the people slowly progress from barbarism to civilization. Civilization, the social process whereby societies achieve an advanced stage of development and organization. The quality of excellence in thought, manner, and taste. Key words for civilization is advanced and progress. In other words, not repeating past mistakes that are not conducive to a utopia, to creating a utopia. What is barbarism? A brutal, barbarous, savage act. A brutal, barbarous, savage act is barbarism. An uncivilized state or condition. Rudeness of manners. Ignorance. A failure to learn. A barbarous, cruel, or brutal action. An outrage. So now that we understand what civilization and barbarianism is, we must decide which is better for the advancement of humanity. The question is rhetorical, based on the definitions I have given you. People that are guilty of enslavement, colonization, and exploitation are not fit to control or set the intellectual guidance necessary to manage world affairs in a manner conducive to any civilization, which is to say, barbarous actions, people who exemplify barbarous actions should not be allowed to guide a civilization into the future because their actions will be barbarous. Also, those who have been subjected to intensive forced indoctrination resulting in the belief their colonizers, enslavers, exploiters are of a civilized nature are morally and intellectually unfit to guide a society in any meaningful way toward a civilization. Example of emulating an uncivilized character or a barbarous person. An example would be wearing white wigs of colonizers in courts of law, bleaching the skin, any copying of styles that degrades nature's intentions or reasons of your being who you are. In essence, copying and wanting to identify as the colonizer makes you barbarous. A good example of this is the people from India and people from Asia who bleach their skin. We can also look at the examples of people in courts wearing the white wigs. Now, if a colonizer does it, it is one thing. But if you have been exploited by colonizers and you want to emulate those colonizers, then you are brainwashed. You are brainwashed. And I bring up the people of India because they say that all Caucasians are not white. They are brainwashed and unfit to guide society. China, where people are, or in Japan, where people are bleaching their skin, are unfit to guide humanity morally. Morally. You see, morals are what you use to free yourself from barbarism. Let's talk about brainwashing again to make sure you understand brainwashing. Once you have been colonized and indoctrinated into a false sense of civilization, it is the colonizers reinforce this by TV commercials, false narratives of truth produced by news outlets can brainwash you. News, movies, TV programming, anything deceptive that is repeated over and over again can penetrate into your psyche. Understand this, the first movie ever made and sent all over the world was Birth of a Nation. It depicted black people as the exploiters, as the people lacking morals, and the Caucasians who are the exploiters, colonizers, stealers of resources, the brainwashers. They flip the script of common sense and betrayed themselves as God's chosen people and melanated people as demonic. And this is why people who have been brainwashed want to dye their skin into a color that is not conducive to a world that looks for the sun to provide sustenance for this planet. We need the radiant energy of the sun to grow the food we need to eat, to give us light to see our way in the day, to give us light to see truth. Now, with all due respect, I would like to be specific. Europeans that have colonized, indoctrinated, and taken resources from people are not fit to run the planet. Notice I did not say Caucasians. Russians have never colonized and enslaved people. So it should be, or it should come as no surprise that they support South Africa and they show respect for all people of color. I would also like to say that the Asian governments show respect for people of color. The Asian people do not. The Asian government can function in an integrated society. The Asian people don't seem to be able to follow the instructions of their government. People from India are totally lost. Totally lost. They want to be the colonizers. They want to be the people who do not give a damn about them. The people they had to be resurrected from, they want to be them. They are totally brainwashed and unfit to govern or run a society. But as we look at society now, we see that it is a black country. It is Africa bringing forth civilization again. It is Africa that gave the world civilization. And as history repeats itself, Africa is doing the same now. Melanated people are doing the same now. So, I am not going to beat my position into the ground. It is spiritual in nature, and it represents common sense. Common sense is always spiritual in nature. It does not lie. It does not deceive. We see the court case going on in the International Court of Justice between South Africa and between Israelis, whose entire life is a lie. They are Khazars. We know they are Khazars. And I will say this. They are guilty of killing their own people to reach their objective of world domination. They have what is called the Hannibal Directive, where they will do what they did when they took out a hospital to kill one person. They will kill innocent human beings to kill one objective. They also have what is called the Samson policy. The Samson policy is where they will choose to destroy the entire world than to lose. That is the Samson policy. And the United States had no business giving these people nuclear weapons that can be used to destroy the entire earth. Zionists are crazy. They also have what's called the neighbor policy, which was used October the 7th. The neighbor policy is a policy in which they will kill their own people to kill enemy combatants. In the attack of October 7th, Hamas was guilty of annihilating Israeli military installations. Israelis, in order to make sure they killed all of their enemy combatants, Hamas chose to kill their own people who were in the proximity. They wanted to be sure to exterminate all of Hamas. And if killing their own people would ensure the annihilation or deletion of all of their enemy combatants, they were more than willing to do this. You can go to, excuse me for a second, please. You can go to the Real News Network to find out what happened October the 7th. You can go to the Real News Network to find out what happened on October the 7th. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you are spiritually intellectual and you want to know the truth, and if you have listened to the entire video, then I would say that you are of an intellectual nature. I presented you with facts, and I did not add any garbage. Like and subscribe, and I hope that you share my video, and of course, hit the black bell. Peace, namaste, have a great day. God bless humanity.